Okay, I'm going to make a review on these Pilot Street Radial motorcycle tyres, the Michelins. They're on the GS 500F. I think it was about a year ago I first got them and did a little bit of a review, and it seemed like there was a fair bit of interest, so yeah, that was at 8,800 Ks on the bike, and now the bike has 21,127, so we're looking at about 12,000 K. And as you can see, there's still a fair bit of tread left on the tyres. Excuse my shadow. They've got a bit of a sort of a scalloping kind of effect on the outside. Doesn't seem to affect handling at all. And I've used them all the way to the edges fairly regularly. So that's the rear one. They have been used for a lot of commuting as well within that time, as well as on the twisties. Yeah, it's a 130/70 R17 on the rear, and the front is a 110/70/17. They're a pretty good tyre. That's pretty good for 12,000 K. Gee, not very good lighting in that part. For the rear, you can see they've worn quite well. They're a little bit more worn down in the centres, but I'll get them again. I reckon they've got another few thousand Ks in them yet. No worries. And yeah, I'd be more than happy to get them again. They're really good. They grip well in the wet. Ridden in the wet, you know, on the road out to Yay and all that sort of thing. Pouring rain. It's been fine, and in traffic, you know, pouring rain. They handle well. I mean, you're not going to be leaning it to a great massive extent in the rain if you can help it. But that goes for any tyre really. But yeah, they corner really well, they grip well, and because they're a bit narrower, I think if you ride over something it doesn't destabilise the bike as much as the wider tyres. That's just particular for the GS 500F, but yeah, they're a really good tyre. A lot better than the BT 45s, as I said in the first Michelin Pilot Street video. Yeah, absolutely, they crap on the BT 45s, I've got to admit. Like a different bike. That was one of the reasons why I wasn't riding the bike as much, because it was just unpleasant with those tyres on them, let alone all the cracking and the sidewall issues. Anyway, I'm going on and on. Yeah, Michelin Pilot Street Radials, great tyre for the GS 500. If you're looking for a good tyre, they're leaps and bounds above the bias plies. Yeah, would not hesitate at all to get them again. The only different tyres I'd get would be if I was making a track specific GS 500. Then I'd go for super courses. You can put a 140/70, I think it is, on the rear here, and it'll fit and work just fine, because they don't make it in a 130. But the super courses, apparently, because they're track tyres, they're not really good in the wet. You wouldn't want to be commuting back from somewhere in the wet with them on, I don't think, from what I've seen. But yeah, but I reckon these would be fine on the track. Anyway, I mean, the bike's not really capable of that severe braking and high speed, so I reckon they'd be fine.